My friend, let's begin this journey not as a lesson in numbers or economics, but as a sacred conversation about energy, the energy of money, the pulse of abundance, and the inner magnet that already lives within you. Because when I speak of attracting money, I am not speaking of chasing it, not speaking of begging the world to notice your worth. No, I am speaking of remembering who you are, a being whose thoughts, emotions, and intentions shape reality itself. Money is not outside you. It is a mirror of how deeply you believe in your own value, how open you are to receiving, and how courageously you step into the world to serve it. Part I, the spirit of wealth money is energy. Let those words sink in. It is not paper, it is not metal, it is not a balance on a screen. It is energy that flows toward clarity, purpose, and belief. You see, the universe responds not to need, but to vibration. And your vibration is the sum of your thoughts, your emotions, your words, and your actions. If your inner world is full of fear, fear of never having enough, fear of losing what you have, fear of being unworthy of more, then that is what the world will echo back to you. But if your heart radiates gratitude, confidence, and service, then that same energy calls money toward you like a song calls a dancer. So the first step is not strategy, it is alignment. To attract wealth, you must vibrate wealth. You must feel abundant before you are abundant. That is why so many people chase money their entire lives and never find peace. Because what they chase is only a reflection of their emptiness. They want money to fill the hole in their heart, but money does not fill holes. It expands what's already inside you. If you are grateful, money amplifies your gratitude. If you are anxious, money amplifies your anxiety. So the work begins here within. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, what energy am I radiating toward money? Do you treat it like a friend or like a stranger you're trying to manipulate? Do you welcome it or do you secretly resent those who have it? Do you say, I can't afford that? Or do you ask, how can I create the means for that? Because your words are spells and your thoughts are magnets. Every time you say, I'm broke, you declare a command to the universe and it obeys. Every time you say, money comes easily to me, you open the door for that truth to enter. Wealth begins as a belief, and belief becomes a rhythm. The rhythm becomes reality. Part 2, the energy of exchange money is not a reward, it is an exchange. It flows between those who create value and those who recognize it. So, to attract money, you must first ask yourself, what am I giving to the world that is truly valuable? Not just in terms of effort, but in terms of energy. Are you offering authenticity? Are you solving problems? Are you easing pain? Are you inspiring hope? Because people don't pay for things, they pay for feelings. They pay for experiences that move them closer to joy, ease, or freedom. When you learn to give these things, the world naturally gives back in the form of money. But here's the paradox: you must give without fear. When you give in desperation, your energy says, I need. When you give in faith, your energy says, I overflow. And life always responds to overflow. That's why the wealthy, truly wealthy people, not just rich ones, operate from a state of calm assurance. They understand that money is a current, not a reservoir. It moves, circulates, breathes. If you hoard it in fear, it stagnates. If you bless it when you spend it, it multiplies. Every time you pay a bill, say, thank you for the flow of energy that makes this possible. Every time you receive money, say, thank you, universe, for trusting me with this abundance. Gratitude turns transaction into expansion. Part 3, the inner frequency of abundance. There are 3 frequencies that attract money: clarity, confidence, and consistency. Clarity means knowing what you want and why you want it. You cannot attract what you are vague about. When you say, I want more money, the universe smiles and gives you a coin because more is undefined. Be specific. Visualize the lifestyle, the contribution, the freedom you seek. Let that image burn brightly in your mind. Confidence means believing you are worthy of receiving it. Many people sabotage their financial growth not because of laziness, but because of unworthiness. Somewhere deep inside, they carry guilt about success. They believe wealth makes them greedy or undeserving or separate from others. But abundance is not greed. It is potential. Money does not corrupt the pure-hearted, it empowers them. Consistency means you show up daily, even when results are invisible. Energy compounds like interest. Every thought of abundance, every act of faith, every moment of gratitude builds momentum. You may not see it yet, but beneath the surface the current is forming. Keep trusting it. Part 2. The spiritual law of wealth. The great secret of attracting money is this: you do not pursue abundance, you become it. When your energy radiates peace, gratitude, and purpose, you no longer chase opportunities, opportunities chase you. The phone rings, the idea arrives, the right person appears, the moment opens. That is not coincidence, it is coherence. And so I tell you, before you work harder, work deeper. Before you seek strategies, seek stillness. Before you chase wealth, awaken your worth. Because when you vibrate at the frequency of abundance, everything you need finds its way to you, easily and naturally. Let us continue this journey, step by step, uncovering the inner mastery that makes you not just a magnet for money, but a vessel for the infinite flow of life itself. Money is not merely a thing you hold, it is a living current that flows through your consciousness. Every day you are broadcasting a frequency, a vibration of thought, emotion, and expectation. That vibration either opens the gates of abundance or quietly keeps them closed. Most people try to attract wealth by changing their actions, but the truth is deeper. Wealth responds to who you are, not just what you do. You can work endlessly, yet if your energy carries doubt, fear, or guilt, money will slip away like water through open fingers. But if your inner state is aligned with gratitude, confidence, and purpose, the same world that once ignored you begins to conspire for your rise. So the true practice of attracting money begins not with doing, but with being. Each morning, before you open your phone or touch the world, pause and breathe into stillness. Feel the quiet power that already lives inside you, the infinite potential that has nothing to prove. In that silence, affirm your wealth. Speak to the universe in the language of certainty. I am open to receive. I am worthy of abundance. I am connected to infinite supply. These are not empty affirmations. They are energetic codes. Each word plants a seed in your subconscious mind, and the subconscious, in time, makes it real. The mind is a magnet. What you hold with emotion, you draw into form. When you think of money with joy, gratitude, and love, you magnetize more of it. When you think of it with fear or envy, you push it away. So guard your emotions carefully. If you see someone prospering, bless them, because their success proves what is possible for you. Never let jealousy poison your vibration. It tells the universe that you doubt its generosity. Instead, say to yourself, if it's possible for them, it's possible for me. And mean it. Wealth responds to confidence, but not arrogance. It comes to those who move through life with quiet certainty, people who trust that they are guided, protected, and capable of creation. That kind of confidence is not loud. It is peaceful. It does not beg or chase. It attracts. And you can build it through small daily rituals that strengthen your energetic relationship with money. One powerful ritual is to handle every coin, every bill, every transaction with gratitude. When you pay for something, don't think, I'm losing money. Think, I am circulating abundance. I am contributing to the flow of life. Money loves to move through grateful hands. Keep your physical space clean and open, because clutter blocks energy. Your wallet, your desk, your home, these are energetic extensions of your mind. When you live in chaos, your energy becomes scattered, and abundance hesitates to enter confusion. When your space reflects clarity and order, you send a silent signal to the universe, I am ready to receive. Another practice is visualization, not wishful daydreaming, but vivid, emotional creation. Once each day, close your eyes and imagine the version of you who already lives in financial freedom. See yourself walking calmly, speaking with certainty, giving generously. Feel the emotions of that reality, as if it were now. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between imagination and experience. It accepts both as truth. When you feel wealthy before you are wealthy, you begin to bridge the gap between energy and matter. But let us speak also of action, because energy must find expression through movement. You cannot meditate money into existence while ignoring your gifts. You must offer your talents to the world. The universe rewards contribution. When you give your best, when you serve others with genuine care, you create value, and money follows value, like a shadow follows light. Ask yourself daily, how can I increase the value I offer? It might be through mastering your craft, improving your service, or simply showing up with more enthusiasm and integrity. The greater your value, the greater your flow. Do not fear charging for your worth. Many people block abundance by underpricing themselves out of guilt or insecurity. But money honors confidence. When you value your work, others will too. Remember, you are not taking from anyone. You are creating an exchange of energy. You give your gift, they give theirs. Both rise together. And then there is generosity. Giving is one of the highest frequencies of abundance, but give wisely, not from sacrifice, but from overflow. When you give out of fear or obligation, you drain yourself. When you give with joy and trust, you multiply your blessings. The universe always fills the space created by genuine giving. Even the smallest act, a kind gesture, a helping hand, a donation sends a signal that says, I have more than enough, and soon that becomes true. You must also release the hidden guilt and fear that money often carries. Many were raised to believe that wanting wealth is selfish, or that money is evil, or that spiritual people should not care about material things. But those beliefs are lies. Money is neutral. It takes on the character of the one who holds it. In kind hands, it builds schools, feeds families, heals the earth. In fearful hands, it causes harm. So do not reject money, elevate it. See it as a sacred tool for creation, a channel for your purpose. The more you earn, the more good you can do. If you ever feel doubt, remember this. The same energy that grows trees, moves oceans, and lights the stars also moves through you. That power is not scarce, it is infinite. You are not separate from it. You are a channel through which it flows. The key is not to chase money, but to remove the inner blocks that stop it from flowing. Fear, resentment, guilt, and scarcity are dams in the river of abundance. Gratitude, confidence, and service break them open. So live as if you already have what you desire. Walk like someone who expects good things. Speak wealth into your life with calm authority. Let your emotions align with peace and joy. Take inspired action, not desperate effort, because the universe listens to your energy more than your words. It listens to how you feel about yourself. In the end, attracting money is not about learning a trick, it's about remembering your power. You are not a beggar of the universe, you are a creator in partnership with it. When you understand that, everything changes. Opportunities appear, ideas unfold, synchronicities multiply. You no longer wonder how it will happen, you trust that it will. And in that trust, you become magnetic. Money begins to move toward you, not because you need it, but because your energy welcomes it. You have become a vessel for the flow of life, steady, confident, and endlessly abundant. Money is not attracted to need, it is attracted to purpose. When you wake each morning knowing exactly why you rise, when your actions carry a pulse of meaning, the world begins to rearrange itself around that clarity. Money, opportunity, and synchronicity all move toward those who know where they are going. Purpose is the gravitational field of abundance. It is what turns your thoughts into magnets and your actions into channels of flow. Without it, even great effort feels heavy. With it, even small steps draw power from unseen forces. You must begin to see yourself not as someone chasing success, but as a vessel through which success expresses itself. The energy of money is like a river. It doesn't rush toward those who dam its flow with fear or confusion. It streams toward those who open space for it with intention and integrity. Ask yourself this simple question: why do I want wealth? If your answer is fear, fear of lack, fear of judgment, fear of insecurity, the current will resist you. But if your answer is love, love of freedom, love of creation, love of contribution, the river will rush to meet you. So you must clean the inner lens through which you see money. Stop treating it as a savior or a symbol of worth. You were valuable before you ever earned a single coin. Your worth is not determined by your wallet. It is the source from which your wealth emerges. When you understand this, you stop trying to prove your value to the world and begin to express it, and that expression, authentic, confident, and fearless, becomes magnetic. People feel it. Opportunities feel it. Life itself feels it. The practice of attracting money is, at its heart, the practice of expanding awareness. Everything you desire already exists, but your perception determines what you can see and receive. When your mind is bound by limitation, you cannot notice the doorways that are already open. But when you lift your energy, when you fill your thoughts with gratitude and your actions with purpose, new paths reveal themselves. That is not magic. It is alignment. Alignment means that your thoughts, words, and actions move in the same direction. Many people block their own abundance because they say one thing, feel another, and do something else entirely. They say they want wealth but secretly believe they can't handle it. They dream of freedom but complain about the effort it takes. The universe reads energy, not language. It listens not to what you say you want, but to what you mean with every cell of your being. When all parts of you speak the same message, I am ready, I am worthy, I am capable, reality obeys. To build that alignment, you must train your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself as someone who expects abundance, not as someone waiting for a miracle. Every time you catch yourself saying, I can't afford that, change it to, how can I create the means for that? Every time you think, money is hard to earn, shift to, money flows easily when I'm in my purpose. These small corrections may seem simple, but over time, they reprogram your subconscious, and your subconscious is the architect of your reality. Now let us speak of faith, not the blind faith that ignores reality, but the deep, intelligent faith that recognizes that reality itself is fluid. Faith is the bridge between vision and manifestation. It is the quiet strength that keeps you moving when evidence has not yet appeared. Faith says, I will keep planting even before I see the harvest. And the universe always honors those who keep planting. But faith without action is fantasy. The energy of money demands motion. You must step toward your vision even when the path is unclear. Send the email, start the project, make the call, invest in your growth. Each step tells life, I am serious. And life responds by opening the next step. That is how flow works. You cannot see the whole river from where you stand, but if you trust each bend, the current will carry you exactly where you are meant to go. Remember also, abundance does not come from taking, it comes from creating. Every wealthy person at their core is a creator. They make things ideas, systems, experiences, solutions that enrich the lives of others. When you become a source of value, you never have to chase money again. People and opportunities will find you. So every day, focus less on what you can get and more on what you can give. Ask, how can I increase the joy, ease, or freedom of others through my work? The answer to that question is the seed of wealth. But do not confuse creation with exhaustion. You do not need to grind your soul into dust to attract abundance. True wealth comes from alignment, not struggle. When your work flows from inspiration, time bends and effort becomes joy. This is why passion matters, not because it is romantic, but because it is efficient. Passion gives you endurance, and endurance opens the doors that hard work alone cannot. So find the work that lights you up, that makes hours disappear, that connects your spirit with something larger than yourself. That is where money hides, in the intersection of joy and service. Still, you must learn the art of receiving. Many people are generous givers but terrible receivers. They push away compliments, opportunities, and support because deep down they don't feel worthy of them. But abundance requires reciprocity. The universe cannot fill a cup that refuses to be open. Practice saying yes to the good that comes your way. Receive without guilt. Accept help with gratitude. Allow yourself to be blessed. That openness signals the flow to continue. And as you receive, practice detachment. Do not cling to money with fear, for what you fear to lose, you will. Hold it lightly, as a tool, not a god. When you spend, bless the exchange. When you save, bless the growth. When you invest, bless the expansion. When you give, bless the ripple. Let your relationship with money be one of mutual respect and freedom. Then it will always return to you multiplied, renewed, and pure. Understand this deeply. Abundance is not a destination. It is a rhythm. It is not something you acquire once and hold forever. It is a dance between giving and receiving, between creation and rest, between faith and action. The more gracefully you move with that rhythm, the more effortlessly wealth flows through your life. And so, my friend, do not ask, how can I attract money? Ask instead, how can I become the kind of person to whom money naturally flows? The answer lies in your energy, your intention, your discipline, and your devotion to growth. When you heal your relationship with yourself, you heal your relationship with money. When you honor your gifts, the world honors you. And when you live with purpose, gratitude, and faith, you align with the infinite abundance that was always waiting for you to remember who you are. Because in truth, you were never meant to chase wealth, you were meant to embody it. The path to attracting money is the path of self-expansion. It begins with a realization that life does not give you what you wish for. It gives you what you are ready to hold. You can speak affirmations all day long, but if your inner vessel is small, if your belief in your capacity to manage abundance is weak, then the flow will remain limited. The key then is not to ask for more, but to become more, to expand your consciousness, your confidence, and your energetic ability to receive and manage wealth. Think of abundance like the ocean. It is vast, infinite, and always available. But if you approach it with a small cup, you will only take a cupful, no matter how immense the sea. If you approach it with a larger container, a mind free from fear, a heart open to giving, a spirit rooted in gratitude, the ocean pours itself into you. Life does not decide how much you can have. You do. You decide it with your energy, your expectations, and your habits. So start by observing the stories you tell yourself about money. Most people carry invisible scripts handed down by parents, culture, or society. Maybe you heard that money doesn't grow on trees, or that rich people are greedy, or that it's spiritual to live modestly. These phrases seem harmless, but they shape your subconscious blueprint for wealth. The mind cannot attract what it secretly fears or despises. If deep down you believe that having money makes you a bad person, your spirit will quietly repel it. The first step to financial magnetism, then, is to rewrite these internal codes. Say to yourself, money is good because it allows me to do good. Money expands who I already am. Wealth in kind hands heals the world. These statements are not wishful thinking, they are truth in higher frequency. When you begin to view money as an ally of light, not an enemy of spirit, you give yourself permission to receive it. The universe cannot violate your own resistance. But the moment you decide that abundance is safe, the doors open. You must also understand that wealth consciousness is not about how much money you have, but about how you feel about what you have. Some of the wealthiest people on earth live in poverty of spirit, and some of the simplest souls radiate wealth because their energy vibrates with gratitude. Gratitude is the most magnetic state in existence. It tells the universe, I am already abundant, and abundance answers. Then let me give you more. Every morning, before your feet touch the floor, whisper 3 things you are grateful for. Let your heart fill with appreciation for what already flows in your life. The roof above you, the breath within you, the mind that can dream, the people who love you. When gratitude becomes your emotional home, abundance becomes your permanent guest. Then, take that gratitude into action. Create from it. Gratitude without creation is passive. Creation without gratitude is restless. But when you merge the two, you become unstoppable. You move through life as a conscious co-creator, not as a victim of circumstances. And from that state, wealth flows naturally, not as luck, but as alignment. Now let us talk about one of the most misunderstood forces in the world, desire. Many spiritual seekers suppress their desire, believing it to be egoic or shallow. But desire is sacred. It is the creative impulse of the universe expressing itself through you. The same energy that drives a seed to break through the soil and reach the sun drives you to build, to achieve, to expand. The problem is not desire itself. It is attachment to the outcome. When you desire something, desire it purely, joyfully, with the energy of creation, not desperation. Desire says, I am ready to express more of life. Desperation says, I am incomplete until I have this. One attracts, the other repels. So dream boldly, but do not cling. Set your vision and then release it into trust. Let the universe arrange the details. Your job is not to force the how, it is to align your who. When you stay centered in joy, inspiration, and purpose, the right opportunities will find you. Action is your bridge between intention and manifestation. but let your action be inspired, not panicked. Inspired action flows from clarity and intuition. It feels light, expansive, alive. Panic-driven action feels heavy and desperate. The difference is energy. You can do the same thing, send an email, launch a business, apply for a job, but if one comes from fear and the other from faith, the results will not be the same. The universe reads vibration, not effort. This is why stillness is as important as action. You need moments of silence where you reconnect with your inner guidance, where you let ideas come instead of forcing them. The greatest wealth builders in history, conscious or not, tapped into this rhythm. They acted boldly, but they also listened deeply. You cannot receive inspiration when your mind is filled with noise. So create space. Meditation, journaling, walking in nature, these are not luxuries. They are strategies for alignment. And while you are aligning, practice patience. Impatience is a declaration of mistrust. It says, I don't believe the universe is working fast enough. But true faith is calm. It understands that divine timing is precise. Every seed blooms in its season. When you cultivate patience, you step out of the frantic energy of lack and into the grounded energy of abundance. And from that vibration, the right things come to you easily. Let me remind you of something powerful. Your relationship with money mirrors your relationship with life itself. If you are afraid to ask for more money, you are likely afraid to ask life for more joy, more love, more freedom. If you settle for less in your finances, you probably settle for less in your dreams. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So when you heal your financial mindset, you heal every area of your existence. When you honor your time, your work, and your worth, send a signal to life that says, I am ready for more. The universe cannot give abundance to someone who continues to undervalue themselves. Raise your standards not out of arrogance, but out of reverence for the divine power within you. You are not meant to live in constant survival. You are meant to create, to expand, to contribute from overflow. And overflow is the key. You are not here just to accumulate wealth. You are here to circulate it. The ultimate purpose of money is not possession. It is expression. The more it flows through you, blessing others, funding visions, building beauty, the more it returns multiplied. Hoarding is fear disguised as prudence. Generosity, when rooted in wisdom, keeps the current alive. So live in the energy of flow. Trust your inner guidance. Follow your inspiration. Believe in your worth, and let every dollar you touch carry a vibration of love. When you do this, you will notice a shift not only in your finances, but in your entire reality. Life will begin to mirror your abundance, back to you in countless forms: opportunity, joy, peace, connection. Because the truth is, money is not the destination, it is the reflection. It mirrors the state of your being. When you become peaceful, grateful, purposeful, and confident, the mirror reflects prosperity. And from that moment on, you no longer chase money. You attract it quietly, naturally, continuously, as a byproduct of the person you have become. My dear friend, as we reach the end of this journey together, take a deep breath and let the words you've heard settle in your heart. You now understand money is not something distant or separate from you. It is energy responding to your energy. It listens not to your fear, but to your faith. It does not flow to those who chase it, but to those who embody abundance in thought, feeling, and action. You are not here to struggle endlessly for survival. You are here to create, to expand, to serve, and to receive. Every moment you spend in gratitude, every step you take in purpose, every act of generosity you give, these are the forces that open the gates of wealth. Remember, abundance is not a trick, it is a frequency, and you can tune to it at any moment. So, as you walk forward from this message, carry with you a new awareness. You are already connected to infinite supply. You are worthy of receiving, capable of creating, and powerful enough to change your entire financial destiny by changing the way you think and feel. If these words touched something inside you, if they reminded you of your own strength, your own light, your own potential, then stay close. There is more to discover, more to learn, more to awaken. Subscribe to this space, my friend, so we can keep walking this path of growth together. Share this message with someone who needs to remember their own power. And when you're ready, Watch the next video because your journey toward abundance has only just begun. Until then, breathe deeply, trust the flow, and remember, you are not chasing money, you are becoming wealth itself. Stay blessed, stay radiant, and I'll meet you again in the next message.